Hello, this is Ginny Brant with Unleash Your God-Given Healing with Lifestyle Changes. Today we're going to look at 10 best brain-boosting foods. God has given us an incredible gift, the brain. It governs our thoughts, emotions, memory, and decisions. Our brain is only about 2% of our body weight, but uses about 20% of our energy. What we eat directly impacts memory, focus, mood, and long-term brain health. Did you know that research shows poor diet increases risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease? Scripture reminds us in Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. In biblical language, the heart often includes the mind. Today, we'll talk about how we can guard and nourish our minds through the foods we eat, combining research with biblical wisdom. Yes, we're going to look at 10 brain-boosting foods, so get ready. Number 1 is salmon and other fatty fish. Salmon is the number 1 best food for your brain. Your brain needs omega-3 fatty acids for brain structure and communication between brain cells. Omega-3s promote cellular plasticity and reduce both neurodegeneration and oxidative stress, which are critical for maintaining brain health. Increased consumption of omega-3s has also been linked to higher gray matter volume in the anterior cortex of the brain, which is important for cognitive flexibility. The brain is composed of 60% fat, and omega-3 fatty acids make up most of that fat. Maintaining omega-3 fats helps the brain to develop new cells, and this can help slow the process of mental decline as we age. Other sources of fatty fish are sardines, trout, and mackerel. Number 2 is berries. Blueberries and all berries are loaded with antioxidants, especially flavonoids. These antioxidants are known to provide anti-inflammatory benefits, which again fight oxidative stress that damages brain cells. They also improve blood flow to the brain. Research by Harvard medical researchers reveals that high intake of anthocyanin-rich berries, specifically blueberries and strawberries, can delay brain aging up to 2.5 years. Regular consumption of blueberries has been highlighted for their ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and remove toxic proteins linked to memory loss. It's true that blueberries are by far the superstar, with several prominent neurologists such as Dr. David Perlmutter and Dr. Vincent Fortescue of UCLA recommending a cup of blueberries daily for brain health. Both of these neurologists lost their fathers to Alzheimer's disease, and they take a preventative approach, and I follow both of them. My husband and I follow their advice and try to get this cup of blueberries each day. We also don't want to go down this road. So every day that we eat a cup of blueberries, we are getting triple the benefits because blueberries also, as I've taught you, improve the endothelial lining of your blood vessels, and they're also proven to cut off the blood supply to cancer tumors. Imagine that, one simple cup of blueberries that can protect your brain, your heart, and also helps you to fight cancer. That's a triple benefit. And research also shows that wild, nutrient-dense blueberries have the most impact. So consider blueberries as the #1 fruit for your brain. And my husband and I get this cup of blueberries in our daily smoothie. And my video on how to make this smoothie will be referenced in the show notes below. Number 3 is whole grains. And notice I said whole grains, not processed grains. Whole grains support brain health by reducing inflammation, providing energy, and improving cardiovascular health. I'm talking about whole wheat, whole oats, brown rice. I prefer to buy these organic due to the levels of pesticides. And I also grind my whole grains, such as wheat, before I mix the dough with my grinding mill. I did make a video on why I now grind my own whole grains, and it will also be referenced in the show notes below. You see, when you freshly mill your wheat and other grains, it retains all the nutrients God created it to have, and that includes high levels of rich vitamin E, which is key to good brain health and so many other things. According to the Whole Grains Council, research shows a positive link between whole grains and the mind. Whole grain intake is associated with lower risk of dementia. Whole grains show promise in protecting the brain and maintaining a strong memory and mental flexibility throughout life. But don't be fooled. Processed grains do not provide these same benefits. There is a difference between the two. Number 4 is dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. Both leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables contain a variety of nutrients that protect brain cells from harmful free radicals. I'm talking about kale, spinach, arugula, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, etc., which contain vitamin E, vitamin K, lutein, folate, and beta-carotene. According to research done at Rush University, older adults who ate at least 1 serving of leafy green vegetables showed an equivalent of being 11 years younger cognitively. Wow. Now put me down for that one. Dark leafy greens never looked so good. And they're also good for your heart. Again, and for cancer prevention. Again, a triple benefit. No wonder Popeye was strong to the finish. Genesis 1:30 affirms green plants as food. In this verse, God tells us that He has provided plants as food for every living creature, and that includes us. And what do we usually eat the least of? These wonderful plants, unfortunately. Number 5, nuts and seeds. Nuts like walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and other nuts contain healthy fats such as omega-3 fatty acids and ALA, EPA, and DHA, which make up a major component of the cerebral cortex. This cortex controls language, memory, creativity, attention, and emotion. Nuts also contain vitamins and minerals. Seeds like chia seeds and flax seeds also contain these brain fats and nutrients. Nuts and seeds also contain that all-important vitamin E, and it is a potent antioxidant, as we've already said, protects brain cells from oxidative stress and helps to maintain neuron integrity. Vitamin E and vitamin C combined can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease by 25%. It's best to get your sources of this from foods. Nuts and seeds are a great source of vitamin E, and of course, fruits for vitamin C. In the Framingham Heart Study, participants with high DHA levels were 47% less likely to develop dementia. Now, walnuts are widely considered the best nut for brain health and memory due to their high concentration of DHA. And if you look at a freshly cracked walnut, it actually looks like half of a brain. Walnuts are clearly known to reduce cognitive decline. I eat a few nuts every day, and I also put flax seeds in my daily smoothie, freshly ground, for full potency. Number 6 is America's favorite coffee. Moderate, regular coffee consumption has multiple benefits for brain health, from immediate improvements to long-term reduction in the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Coffee causes blood vessels to expand, and 3 cups per day decreases the risk of dementia by 65%. The primary active ingredient in coffee, caffeine, interacts with the brain to provide increased alertness and focus, elevated mood, and improved reaction times and enhanced long-term memory. A study done by Johns Hopkins University suggests that caffeine can make memories more resistant to being forgotten. That would be a good thing. Coffee contains other biologically active compounds besides caffeine, such as chlorogenic acid, catechol, trigonelin, and kawaoi. For those like me who can't drink much caffeine, decaf coffee still has these other biological compounds which enhance brain function. With or without caffeine, coffee is rich in biologically active chemicals, according to researcher Dr. Gary Wink. And that makes me feel better since I drink mainly decaf. And I do prefer my coffee to be organic, whenever possible, because coffee is highly pesticided, and decaffeinated coffee is usually processed with chemicals. Organic coffee is water pressed. Number 7, green tea and other teas. Green tea supports brain health by improving cognitive function, attention, and memory. It contains high amounts of EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, and L-theanine, which both protect brain cells, lower inflammation, and reduce cerebral white matter lesions associated with aging. Long-term research suggests that daily green tea consumption significantly promotes brain health, reduces dementia risk, and lowers white matter lesions. My husband drinks several glasses of green tea each day. It does contain about 1/3 of the amount of caffeine as coffee, so I have to be careful with caffeine, as I've told you many times, especially in the afternoon and at night. But I do use a teaspoon of matcha tea, which provides an even greater amount of EGCG in my daily smoothie, just for brain health. Number 8, another favorite for Americans, but dark chocolate. Yes, dark chocolate or dark cacao, meaning 70% or more cacao is beneficial for brain health due to high levels of cocoflavanols, which improve blood flow to the brain, boost memory, boost levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which is important because it's a protein that helps neurons grow and enhance cognitive function. Now, this does not mean that I can eat a Hershey's candy bar each day with no guilt. We're talking about dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. And again, that dark chocolate must be 70% dark cacao or higher. Milk chocolate simply does not offer the same benefits as the excessive roasting and processing reduces the beneficial flavonols. You must limit yourself to about 1 ounce each day to diminish the excess amounts of added sugar and, of course, calories. I must confess that I am a chocoholic. And it is a food that I do eat daily. I use the dark cacao in my daily smoothie. The dark chocolate with the banana in my smoothie covers the taste of all the fresh greens and the other nutrients added in. And yes, you can see the video that I made on the benefits of dark chocolate, and it will be referenced in the show notes below. Number 9, spices and herbs, all given by God. The top spices and herbs for brain health include turmeric, cinnamon, saffron, rosemary, and sage. Other helpful additions include ginger, black pepper, and ginkgo biloba. These powerful botanicals created by God reduce inflammation, protect against cognitive decline, improve blood flow, which is key, boost memory and cognitive function, and reduce oxidative stress. Let's look at just a few of these gifts of nature and what they do for our brain and our bodies. Turmeric contains curcumin, a potent anti-inflammatory that helps lower Alzheimer's disease risk and combat amyloid beta plaques. Then there's cinnamon. Cinnamon promotes blood flow to the brain, reduces inflammation, and contains neuroprotective properties that may combat cognitive impairment. Rosemary. Rosemary contains carnosic acid, which protects against neuroinflammation, free radical damage, and nerve damage. And then there's sage, known to improve memory, mood, and cognitive clarity, particularly by inhibiting enzymes that degrade memory-related neurotransmitters. How about saffron? May reduce symptoms of depression and offers neuroprotective benefits, with some studies suggesting effectiveness similar to certain Alzheimer's medications. Oh, one of my favorites, ginger. Contains gingerols and shogals that reduce oxidative stress, improve memory, and improve neuronal communication. How about black pepper? It contains piperine, which boosts brain function, lowers depression symptoms, and enhances the absorption of turmeric. And we've all heard of ginkgo biloba, used for enhancing cognitive function and slowing memory decline. If you ever thought that God created these herbs and spices just for taste, think again. He created them for our healing. And as we just mentioned, turmeric is best used with piperine for absorption. But I must be honest, I rarely use turmeric because I don't like the taste. But I did find a great turmeric tea that is mixed with black pepper and with mango, and I've showed this before, and it tastes great. I generally make this at night after dinner, and here it is. Even my husband likes it. And if you don't like the taste of any turmeric, you can always take it as a supplement, but it is powerful and an anti-inflammatory. Last but not least is gut-building foods, as a healthy gut supports a healthy brain through the gut-brain axis. The gut-brain axis is a bidirectional communication system where gut health directly impacts cognitive function, mood, and mental clarity. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut, as well as fiber-rich foods, are good for the gut. And never forget this, whatever is good for the gut is good for the brain. These prebiotic fiber-rich foods feed the good bacteria in your gut. If you learn anything today, please remember that a healthy gut keeps your brain healthy. I eat 3 probiotic foods every day for my gut and plenty of fiber-rich foods. Eating daily from all these foods is a great way to protect your brain, boost brain function, and prevent neurodegenerative diseases. But never forget that water is also an important nutrient for the brain. Even mild dehydration impairs memory and focus. We need to be drinking throughout the day to keep our brains supplied with much needed hydration. Hydration is absolutely essential for brain function. Never forget that every meal is an opportunity to nourish your brain, protect your future, and honor God. Whatever we eat or drink, let's do it all for the glory of God. I do hope that you will incorporate these God-given foods into your diet. I hope this has been helpful information for you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video. Click the notification bell so you will know when I post new information. Until next time, here's to a healthy brain. Yes, we can boost our brain with the foods that God has given us. And may God bless.